Everyone, I hope all of you are well. So today we will learn how to count squares from a given figure. Okay, so here you can see I have drawn only one square. Now we shall draw some more lines inside it. So suppose in this way I have drawn two lines over it. Okay, so how many squares we are getting? We have to count it. This is our question. So first we will simply check that how many number of rows are there in this figure. Okay, yes, you can see here we will get only 2 rows. Now we will count the number of columns. Here also we will get the same number of columns, just like rows. It will come 2 only. Okay, now what will you do? Simply for finding the number of squares, we will just multiply 2 into 2. These two will be multiplied. Then exactly in the same way we will decrease both of these numbers by 1. Okay, here also by 1. So after subtracting 1 from these two we will get 1, and after subtracting 1 again from these two we will get 1 again. So what are this total number we are getting? Here we are getting 4, and here after multiplying we are getting 1. So in total we are getting 4 plus 1, that is 5. Okay, now let's take another example. Suppose I am taking the figure of this square. Okay, now exactly like the same one we will do. First number of rows, it is 3. 1, 2, 3. And number of columns, it is becoming 1, 2, 3. So 3 again. So how to find the number of squares inside it? So first step we will multiply 3 and 3 both. So we will get 9. Then exactly in the same way we will decrease it by 1. We will subtract 1 from these two numbers individually, then we will multiply them. So after subtracting 1 from 3 we will get 2 here and 2 here also, so we will get 4. Similarly in the second step we will do the same thing. We will simply subtract 1 from these two different numbers, so we will get 1 as a product. Now what is the next step? Simply we will add these three numbers. So what is coming? It is coming 14. So if you count this figure you will get 14 number of squares. Exactly in the same way we shall take any figure and we can count the number of squares inside that. Okay, now if the number of rows and the number of columns are different, then how to count the number of squares? So here after counting we are getting the number of rows are 1, 2, 3, and the number of columns are 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we are getting different number of rows and columns. Okay, but the procedure will be same again. So first step we will just multiply 3 and 4. Then from each and every number we will subtract 1. Okay, so just multiply it first. After multiplying it we are getting 12. Then 3 will be subtracted by 1 and 4 will again be subtracted by 1. So after subtracting we are getting 2 into 3 means 6. Then again we shall subtract 1 from these 2 and 1 again from this 3. So after subtracting we will get 1 into 2. Okay, and how long will you continue? Till getting 0. So see, if you subtract 1 from this 1 we will get 0 only. so we are not going to do this last step. Okay, so just let add these all numbers. 12 plus 6 plus 2, yes, it is coming 20 only. Okay, so how many squares are there in this given figure? Yes, there are 20 number of squares in this given figure. So whatever the number of rows and number of columns may be, just you have to simply multiply the number of rows and number of columns first, then just subtract 1 from each and every number of the number of rows and the number of columns, then find the differences and find the product of those differences. Okay, then in the next step we will do the same way. Okay, so this is how we can count the number of squares of any given figure. I hope all of you have liked this video. Do practice at your home. Stay safe. Bye.